Good morning and welcome along to the Don Michelle sponsored review from Section C. It's episode 47. We are recording this as of Saturday morning.
Yep.
Senior is back on shifts, so it's delayed our weekly episode. So we're going to have to figure out how we're going to do this going forward. But
we'll get
still
there.
record.
We'll get there. We'll be okay. It was just I am back on shafts, but we'll work something out. We'll work something out.
Yeah, and
but the least we say on that, maybe the better.
I had a lot on last week as well. And basket, I had a day off yesterday, took a day's holiday. It's a basketball up in Aberdeen all day, and then basketball last night. So yes, it's all go this week and even next week. It's all go. But we'll get something sorted. That people get their episodes earlier as normal. Folk were moaning it is. Stoney was moaning it is.
Oh, fucking usually. Get on me.
Honestly. I was like,
you know what, it's when you speak to them at the rink and they're like, you two sit and talk pish. But then they come
in the morning, it's
not a talk pish.
I know.
Yep. Exactly. So yeah.
But a lot to talk about in Stars Nation this week. Obviously, we've got our 51 Club sponsored game review with the Cardiff Devils. We've got our Craig Niche Decorator sponsored game preview for tonight's game against the Manchester Storm. But we're going to start with signing news, the return.
Mm-hmm.
And I love to call this section Moore. How do you like it, Senior?
I like it very much.
You do. You've got to.
Definitely. I was disappointed that Craig left after last season. I think he's for me he's like Chris Ingles. You know, when he's playing. There's nothing flashy about them. Craig just does his shift, goes on the ice, gives it everything, gets off.
Yeah.
Then goes back on and does exactly the same. And you hear the old saying, it's you get what it says on the tin, and that's exactly what you get with Craig. Was really disappointed. He got to move to a big team. And
let's be honest.
For whatever reason. And he went, Pasha got him there.
Yeah. Let's be honest. Nottingham probably doubled his wages. Let's be honest.
Oh, definitely.
For what we would have paid him. You know, it's what the big teams do.
What have we always said? Hockey's a short career. These guys have got to get as much money out their career. It's like we go to work every day. We'll be working till we're 65.
Yeah, especially as a Brit.
Yeah.
A Brit's even worse than an import. You know, because what we've got every year, we've got guys coming here on the uni deal, so they get their qualification so that they can go and do something after it. Guys like Craig Moore and Chris Ingles and Garrigan, they'll not get uni deals anywhere. No. I'd be very surprised if they did. They might. Yeah. You never know, but I'd be very surprised. You know, Chris has done his uni and all that. He's got his degree. But yeah, so no, I'm delighted Craig's back.
So am I. I think, and what I'm going to sort of.
This is what I was going to ask.
I don't know where he's going to play.
Yes, and I was also going to ask, does this mean we now need to sit someone? Because we'll have a roster of 20.
If you're asking me about rules, right, I have no got a clue. Because I still can't fathom out how Callie Robertson never played last season.
Because it's a roster of 20. So you can have as many Brits as you want, but it's a game day roster of 20.
So how many have we got now then?
I think we have 21. Okay. So I think someone needs to sit, and it's going to be a Brit.
Yeah. And it's
how... it's saying that though. Sorry, it's saying that. It'll be Ben or Johnny. No, it'll be Ben or Johnny.
Yeah.
Come to think of it. Yeah.
If they're in the normal, if they go under the normal roster, then it'll be one of them. So we'll be okay.
Yeah. Which is disappointing because I like seeing Johnny play. I do.
Yeah.
When he's here.
Said that over. It's how we now fit Craig in to the roster, especially now that we've got 7 D-men.
Yeah. So let's
7 days ago we had 5 D-men. Now we've got 7.
Let's bring in the next segment of this week's episode, and it's Can't Touch This. It's hammer time.
It certainly is.
It fucking is.
I've
Sorry,
been
easy disclaimer. Foul language is coming here.
I've been since the news broke from Toledo that Cole Fraser had announced a deal in England with Dundee. Yeah, that was the start of it.
They all got it for that from a lot of fans.
Oh, they certainly did. Yeah, there was a lot of apologies coming through social media for that one. However, I've been waiting to see this guy. For me, this is a Kyle Haas type of signing, eh?
Yes. It has been the best kept secret in the league this season.
I was just worried that because it was visa problems, that all the hype that started to come through Dundee, I was worried that could you imagine if it had backfired?
Yeah, I know.
And he never got his visa.
I know.
But he got his visa.
And he's here. He's
ready to go.
And he's playing tonight.
Yep. Outstanding.
I'll tell you, cannot wait.
The happiest guys on that team will be Philippe Songe and Elijah Barria.
Yep. And you know what? I also think that this type of player might also bring out more of guys like Carter Folk, who we have saw drop the gloves, and we know he can drop, and we know he can fight. Like, let's be honest, he's not the toughest guy in the league, but he can handle himself. And I think that might bring him out his shell a little bit more, knowing that he's got the Bash brother behind him.
Definitely.
And he can go and he could go about do his hits in that. And if he does his hits in that, and there's something happens, then we know that Cole will get involved, and he knows. I think it's going to be a massive boost for every player on that team. Now, there's been a lot said that he's a bit of an arsehole. We're yet to see any of this, but I've been wanting an arsehole for a good number of years. Because Kyle was a nice guy. Right, Kyle was a really nice guy, but he was an arsehole. Yes,
you're right.
That's what we need.
We had Kyle last year, right? And at times he was a loose cannon. At the start, he was a loose cannon.
Yeah.
And then I think we've heard that he was took aside, he had to calm down, and the way he played in North America wasn't the way he could play across here. And then when he started to get into how the league was officiated, how to go about the business, then he did the business.
Yeah.
And I just hope that Cole gets that message straight away. You didn't want to see him coming out and just deving on the first boy, grabbing him, fighting him, and then getting 5 minutes for fighting and 2+10 for instigating and a game misconduct. That's the last thing you want to see. You need him on the ice, patrolling the ice. But we've always said, and Dundee fans have always said it, because we do bring in skilled players without a shadow of a doubt. Mm-hmm. We need somebody to look after them. And this guy will look after them.
So, Senior, I'm going to have to slightly disagree with you on that last point, that I want him growling at fuckers in the warm-up tonight, and the very first puck drop, wanting gloves on the ice.
Nah.
I want it. I want it. I just want to see it happen.
I'll tell you.
It'll not happen, but I want it.
I'll wait 7 days, and he does it next week with Fournier, and that'll happen in the warm-up. Because Fournier last week kept skating across that red line, and as if he was trying to intimidate people, and guys like Barriga were just standing laughing at him as if to go, "You're an absolute tool."
Yep.
And he thought he was, and then he stands at the red line looking down at the players. That will not happen next week when we play Cardiff.
Nah. Well, 2 weeks, because we've got that shitey game in between.
Oh, is it? Is it 2 weeks? Oh, so is it?
Aye, because we've got that shitey Valentine's Day game against Fife that we're getting charged nearly full price for. And
I get me started on that, because
less said about this game, the better, because I won't be there.
No, I'll not be there. £15 for a friendly, and £15 for the Challenge Cup final.
Yeah.
Just go figure that out.
I know. But we've spoken about Cardiff, so let's go straight into our 51 Club sponsored game review against the Cardiff Devils last week. So Cole Sanford got them off to a 1-0 lead in the first period, 14:44. We speak about lapse of concentration and your pal, Stephen Fournier, at 21:10. A great response for the Stars. Craig Garrigan, assisted by Parker and Rutkiss, at 21:32. Stars then tied the game through Philippe Songe, assisted by Bariga and Dow on the power play, 30:48. Cole Sanford, immediate response at 31:17. We equalised again through Ian Parker on the power play, assisted by Dow and Songe at 37:02. Then Cole Sanford got his hat-trick at 44:36. Joey Martin at 50:14. And then a consolation goal through Carter Folk, assisted by Nasland and Very, 59:32, giving the Cardiff Devils a 5-4 win last Saturday.
Got it.
Yes. I pointed out, obviously, Jeff, you're going to start listening. I know that some of the players listen to this, so tell Jeff you need to start listening. I called out 3 players before the game. Crawford, 0+2. Yep. Cox, 0+3. And Sanford, 3 goals.
I know.
It's like, we know the danger, men. So why do we allow the and I'm going to touch on this now before we kind of talk about the other ins and outs of the game, but the last 2 goals, we are caught pinching so high, the demon are so high that it becomes a 2-on-1 break every time, and it's passing. Honestly, I was sitting thinking this when it happened. It's like NHL on the PlayStation. People always cross-ice pass back door one time.
Yeah.
Because it's the easiest goal to score on NHL. And it happened twice in the space of a few minutes.
Yeah. I felt really bad after that game because they were there for the taking. For the run that Cardiff have been on, they were nothing special.
No.
Nothing special. When you seen they played Fife the night before, albeit down in Cardiff, and they gave them a doing, I was a bit worried before the game that we were going to get the same.
Yeah.
And I thought we handled ourselves well. I thought we controlled the game at times. But again, concentration.
Yeah.
For me, and I know what you're saying about the pinching in, because we've spoken about that. But again, like, if you put that graphic up again, you look at the goals when they were scored.
Yeah.
And like, I think it was 21-10 they scored it. So it's a minute into the period. And then we score, and then within seconds they score again. We've spoke about this on every podcast we've done this season.
Yeah.
About, is it concentration? Is it just a case of that I don't know. I'm lost for words at times with it. And people are now saying it to me at the game. You were right again, Lars, away. Minute into the game. We equalise. They'll score within a couple of minutes, Lars, away. And it happens. Everybody sees it. But on the performance, I thought it was a really good performance. I thought we played really well.
Yeah. One guy I want to kind of call out on that performance is, and we've not gave him. It's not that we've gave him a hard time, but we have said that he doesn't give us a chance to win games.
Yeah,
Svensson gave us a chance to win the game on Sunday.
Oh, definitely.
And I thought the first period
was outstanding.
Yeah. And I think I said it halfway through the second that he's gave us a chance to still be in this game and compete.
Yes.
Okay, he's conceded 5. 2 of them were the 2-on-1 breakaway. But I maybe there is one that even went back. I can't remember how the goals were scored, but I still think he gave us a chance to win the game. And the fact that we've put up 4 at home to Cardiff, and we've still not come away with at least a point, is disappointing.
He played well, and I thought Carter Folk, and like you touched on Carter when we were speaking about Cole Fraser, that he might come out his shell. He seemed to come out his shell over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
He's beginning to be a bit of a shite bag on the ice, eh?
Yeah. And I thought it was hilarious. Come on, let's go. Nah. Come on, let's go. Nah.
No.
Come on, go. Nah. Okay,
Nah.
right, you. Penalty. Fuck off.
Yeah. and because you know what, we've said about Carter before, right? Carter will drop the gloves, right? But he's not an out-and-out fighter, right? He's not a massive heavyweight fighter. So he's fighting, if you were talking boxing terms, he's fighting middleweights or super middleweights. Yeah. That's it. Guys that play the same as him, they're the guys he'll drop gloves with. He's not dropping gloves with Fournier, Batch, and the likes of that at Cardiff, Mark Lewis and that. He's not going to drop the gloves against A-boys. No. Never in a million years.
That's Fraser's job.
But he got under Fournier's skin a lot.
Massively.
Definitely. So yeah, kudos to Carter. I think he has upped his game. I just wish it would go a wee bit better offensively for him, because on the defensive side of the game, and I mean goal scoring.
Yes.
Well, I'd like to see him chipping me more goals, and it's not for the lack of trying, because he is putting a shift in, like.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was frustrating not to come out with a point. I think we did deserve a point from the game. As you say, the last 2 goals, pinching a bit too high, and getting the 2-on-1 break. I'd actually like to see the D-man that's at the back on his own. I'd like to see them do a wee bit more in terms of go with the off skater that's not got the puck, and let the goalie have the guy with the puck. And see what happens, you know. But
that's maybe a thing. That's maybe a thing, Junior, between the goalie and the D-man.
Yeah.
It's maybe the goalie wants him to go the opposite way. But I'm like you. I would overplay the non-puck handling player and make it a one-on-one with the goalie, and just hope your goalie comes out on top.
Yeah. So shamelessly, we've stolen this part from the Dode Fox podcast. But there are good friends.
It's a copyright. They're going to be suing us on.
There's no copyright. There are good friends, and So, Senior, your new segment, the good, the bad, and the ugly of last week.
Yeah. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Well,
what is your good?
Well, the first good is that the Dode Fox podcast are good guys, so that's a good. They've allowed us to steal the segment, but seriously, the good from last week could only be we've touched on Carter Folk, we've touched on the goalie, right? But for me, the good from last week has to be Dryden down. Absolute monster of a performance. I would think that is up there with Dryden's best. He done everything, and he played the way everybody expects Dryden to play. He was offensively, he was very good. Defensively, I thought he was, and he was even agitating people, like right at the end. And this is the end that really got it for me. So we had the defensive face-off right at the end, and we fired it right down the length of the ice, and we got called for icing, right? And it should never have been called for icing, because the linesman should have allowed the players to at least go in there. It was like the puck had crossed the line and he went, nah, it's icing. And Dryden skated the length of the ice to get to the line-up, and then chased him all the way around the ice again and come back. Absolutely raging. But his performance was absolutely top class last week.
And we kind of forget the broken stick.
When was that?
When he took the shot at the blue line and his stick broke, and they pretty much had a one-on-one with the goalie, and he skated his arse back and won the puck back and kicked it onto.
Tackled the guy.
Was unreal.
It's the cleanest tackle. See, listen, United are looking for somebody like that in the middle of the park just now, I'll tell you. But yeah, that was the good of last week was Dryden down. without a shadow of a doubt. That's, for me, it's worrying because that's performances that make other teams look at Dryden down.
Yeah.
But so that was the good. The bad, you touched on it earlier on, and the bad for me was the system that we play that allows the D-men to try and pinch in high because it's not working.
Mm-hmm.
And the number of times, you said it, the number of times that they had 2-on-1s and even 1-on-0, that was it. It was him, the offensive guy against the goalie, because the D-men are pinching too high up. I think we didn't need to chase the game. We got back to 3-all. We didn't need to chase again. We just had to do what we've done the last time, sit in a wee bit, and then begin to play out again. But no, we go pinching, we'll lose it.
Yeah.
Pinching, we'll lose it. And it's like 4-3, 5-3.
Yep.
That was the bad side of it, because the game was there for the taking.
Yep.
The ugly, it's a league table. It is the ugliest league table we've seen for a long, long time. And as you say, this is Saturday morning. And it's even uglier this morning when I look at it now. We are adrift. We're like Robinson Crusoe. We're on an island on our own now. We're adrift. Yeah.
Too young for that.
So, I'm really concerned. We've got 4 games in hand on Glasgow. Are we going to catch them?
Yeah.
And even the other week, I'd said that. This is another weekend. We've only got 1 game this weekend again.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be playing catch-up. We're going to be playing a lot of hockey in short spaces of time to try and catch up with teams, and it's going to be difficult for the players. Mm-hmm. So you can maybe add that into the ugly bit, the schedule.
Yeah. I actually... firstly, thanks for the good, bad and ugly this week, Senior. I actually thought your ugly might have been Stephen Fournier. For some of his shouts at the weekend, claiming that the only disclaimer, folks, this is about to get a little bit rude. His claims of the only people that are happy every day is getting a blowjob in front of the children during the warm-up. He then shouted after his goal that he's got a fucking 10-inch cock, which he then got into trouble by Mr. Craig for. I don't think Toby was impressed with that shout.
I like your pun there.
And also the whole thing between Barriga and Cox on the bench, and Fournier then decides to come over and try to punch him from around the kind of plexi separating them on the bench.
Come on.
Guy's a cock. He'll keep. Cole Fraser would have noticed that in the bar. Let's move on.
Yeah. Nah, come on. I didn't mind that. I really didn't. The leaning round the plexi, trying to get involved with 2 guys on the bench. Yeah, that's just shite bad behaviour. But see the rest of it. The rest of it doesn't bother me. Yeah, and I know there's kids there, and some of the shouts are not correct. But listen, he got pelters the hell game. He just gave back as good as he got.
Listen, he was shouting up abuse at the start of the game. I only told him to chuck the puck towards the star to win a Domino's voucher, and he went off on one. The guy's not right in the head. Like definitely. I thought he was on drugs.
Well,
he was buzzing on that bench.
I didn't want to say that in case we get ourselves into trouble here. But I have never seen a guy drink and spray as much water on himself during the warm-up. Never mind during the game. He drinks more. He took on more water than what Shane Owen does. And Shane Owen takes a lot of water.
But you got to remember, Shane's got a bit of a vodka problem, so... I think that's vodka in Shane's bottle.
You're going to get put off the air here. We had these claims that you're making.
It.
But there was...
There's something not right about him.
No, there isn't.
The last person I seen that buzzing on a bench was Riley Emerson. And I think he was just he was
Riley
a no-writer either.
But Riley wasn't as bad as that.
No, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like the last person I seen like anywhere remotely bad to that was Emerson, because he was fucking always on the go.
Yeah.
This boy's fucking 100 times worse.
Yeah.
But
I didn't know what was going on with him, like, but yeah.
Let's move on to that cock.
Couple of weeks, 3 weeks time or something. I think that's 2 weeks time.
Yeah,
it goes again.
Mr. Fraser gets some, and it's no Drew Cole. So looking at our Craig Niche Decorator sponsored game preview, the Manchester Storm tonight. Obviously, last time I called him out, and he had an absolute blinder. Orval, top point scorer with 36 points. He's also top joint scorer with 17 goals alongside Anthony DeLuca. I don't know if Orval's playing. He was out injured the last time he played in Manchester, so I don't know if he's back. I didn't watch the game last night. I was out reffing. I couldn't be bothered watching Fife Manchester 2-0 game. It sounds like it was quite boring anyway. But Simmons as well, top assists, 25 assists, and then also they've got one of the legends of the game's son in goal in Brodeur. 91.20 save percentage and a 3.42 goals against average. It's going to be a tough one.
Definitely is. Definitely is. They are. I was surprised that they got beaten Fife last night.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they'd have maybe scraped through it. But Fife are on a wee bit war on as well themselves now. But they're a tough nut to crack, and we've sometimes found them difficult to break down when we've played them in Dundee. But the signings that we've made are now making it interesting.
Yes.
Because I know that DeLuca likes to mix it, Fawcett likes to mix it, Earhart will get involved in it. So it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
Listen, we're saying it every week now when we're on this podcast. It's a must-win game. We must win.
Now, you say that about our new signings, and obviously I've done my research, as I normally do, pre-game, and it is going to be battle of the defences tonight. So, looking at it, the goals against average for the Stars is 4.43, and the goals against average for Manchester is 4. So, there's not that much in it between goals against.
We're looking at a 5-4 win for somebody in overtime or something like that.
Well, their goals for is Stars at 2.51 and Storm at 3.11. So
there's
it's
nothing
close.
Between them.
Nah, there's not that much between them. Manchester have the third lowest penalty kill percentage in the league at 76.71. The Clan and the Stars are 9th and 10th. But our power play is the third best in the league at 22.15. So if we could get opportunities on the power play, theirs is the third worst in the league, and it's not that much worse than ours in Clan. It's only a little bit better, sorry. I think that is going to be the tail of the game, is we need to take our chances on the power play when we get them.
And because we in Dundee are famous for this, we love giving Manchester a short-handed goal.
Fucking tell me about it.
Sometimes 2 on the same penalty. So we need to watch that. But you're absolutely right. If we got on the power play, we need to take our chances. Definitely. It's going to be a tough game. I'm expecting a win, though.
100%.
And it can't even be an overtime or a shootout. We cannot allow Manchester to pick up a point. It has to be a clear victory for me. I think the signings of Fraser Moore will boost the team. As I say, I don't know how Craig's going to get slotted into the team, but I'm looking forward to it now. I think because, and I'm not wanting to keep going on about Cole Fraser, right, because it's not all on him, but I think his presence will allow the forwards to open up a wee bit. I'm hoping to see some sort of Sonch and Barriga beginning to start going like Sonch and Combs last year.
Yeah.
Because they knew they had Kyle behind them. And I hope this happens now and even Semyonov's. I don't even care if Semyonov's will be fit because he got injured last week. So hopefully he'll be fit.
Yeah.
And get these 3 guys back firing again. And that's what we need.
Yeah. So it's a battle of defences for me tonight. It really is. Whose defence and goalie performs better? Because the goals against average, there's not that much in it at all.
And young Bradour's a good goalie, like.
Yeah, he's been on the end of some pumpings, like. He has been on the end of some pumpings, and the fact that his goals against average and his save percentage is still high 90s and still under 4 is, that's something else as well.
Yeah.
But Senior, we're going to have to get a jingle for this because it's the return. The return of Who Am I?
Oh my God, I'm shit.
So this is where we get some fun with Senior being absolutely shit on previous players. We had this with Junior versus Senior. We are going to start it again, but it's the return of Who Am I? So obviously, rules are, if you get it on the first clue, you get 5 points, 4 points for the second clue, 3 points for the third, 2 for the fourth, and 1 for the fifth clue.
I'm glad. I'm just wanting to throw this out there right now, so people are aware of this. Right, Junior has sprung this on me at the last minute. All right, so I've not even been able to do any research because imagine me in research. That's a laugh, is it? It just you sitting down and research we stats and stuff. I just put my laptop on, sit here and just talk pish, and then that's it, and wing it, even for the good, the bad, and the ugly.
You want to know the worst bit? You want to know the worst bit about this? I've got all the notes down on my post-it note here.
Okay.
And I didn't even put the player's name down on what it was. So and I've only just remembered what it was.
Okay.
It's a guy. I'll give you that clue first. It's a guy.
All right. Okay. Right. So male. Right.
So your first clue. In my first season, I was joint top goal scorer with 23 goals.
That's it. That's what you're giving me. I scored 23 goals. Say that again. In my first season.
In his first season, I was joint top goal scorer with 23 goals.
Right. So he's obviously been either for a minimum of 2 seasons. Right.
Just for everyone that's watched this on YouTube, this is not a Venom at 10 past 10 in the morning. It's cactus juice.
Yeah,
I've just realised the colour of it.
What a drink. I thought you were handing that into the hospital with the colour of it.
No.
Right. I'm going to go for the sponsor of the show, Barry Lockie. Oh, what's this? What is this fucking...
Wrong.
Okay.
So, second clue. In my 2 seasons with the Stars, I was the second top point scorer in both seasons.
Right, okay. Like, you can't. I'm just going to start shouting at names, because I didn't even care what nationality is or anything. Teeter win.
He's wrong again, folks. Your third clue. I was captain in my second season.
Like, I didn't even care what season he played. We've been on the go for 20 odd seasons, and you're like, he played for 2 years and he was a captain.
Well, let's be honest, Senior. When you listen to Dode Fox podcast, how long have United been going?
Right, okay. Let's go. Do you say what was the thing about the points or the goals?
So in my first season,
goals or points?
So in his first season, he was joint top goal scorer with 23 goals. In his 2 seasons with the Stars, he was the second top point scorer in both seasons, and he was captain in his second season.
I'm not fucking scary. Honestly, God. I'm trying to think of ex-captains. AJ McLean.
Your fourth clue. I have played for 2 other Elite League teams.
Ah, dear.
You could see the sweat pouring down his head.
Shit. I'm not making excuses up, right? But to throw this on, I've not even been able to look at rosters.
You should ken players.
Oh, fucking ken players, but no wee clues like that. Played for 2 other Elite League teams. And he's a bit of a goal scorer, and a captain. Nah, not going to get none. Chris Blight.
Your final clue. I was also player assistant coach for the Stars.
Brent Hughes. Oh.
So it's no points for senior this week. The answer was Matt Marquardt. Pish.
Pish. Honest to God, there was nothing there. I think we can. Every nationality that plays for the club. Now you do know that these clues will be. I'm going to watch this back, and I'll tell you, you're getting clues that are going to reciprocate this. Right?
Listen,
you're going to get the worst clues ever. You're going to have. He wore. It says 10 sets.
These are the clues. These are the clues you used to give me before. Of he played 2 games for the fucking Stars.
That would be easy. Francis Marot.
4, I think. So no points for senior on Who Am I? It was Matt Marquardt, former assistant coach.
You're going to get him. You're going to get somebody like Liz Davison rocking up to the ice rink and like, it got 5 points. It got matched straight away. I can fucking hear her now.
Well, I hope fucking Stacey Anderson got it, because Stacey Anderson was in love with this man.
I thought she was in love with Gary Wishart.
She was in love with Gary Wishart, but that moved on to Matt Marquardt when Gary retired, because she couldn't see him anymore. So it went to Matt.
She must say a new love now.
I don't know. Early
to find out. I'll tell you what. Speaking about early, right? We'll go off topic here. Did you see? You know how all the clubs done the Pride jerseys? Did you see Bristol Pride jersey?
No.
Right. So obviously Cali plays down there, and his mate Rhys Kelly plays down there. So all the fans that got the jerseys got their photographs taken with the player or players holding up the jersey. So I think it was a girl had obviously got Cali's jersey and Rhys Kelly's jersey. So she's got the photograph. She's got the guy Kelly on one side, and he's got Cali. She's got Cali on the other side, right? And she's holding up the jerseys. And guess what Cali's wearing? His AB Performance Dundee Stars t-shirt.
Love it. Cali still repping the boys.
Yeah, Cali loves Dundee. He's went the same as his old man.
Yeah.
Once he comes to Dundee, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And speaking of his old man, I got a message after they announced the signing, right, of Cole Fraser.
Yep.
And he says, well, that might be me appearing on Saturday now to see how this goes. And I says, something like, we're still bottom of the league of that. And his words that came back, now there's going to be a disclaimer for foul language, right? But this is a quote, okay? As long as he knocks some cunt out, that's all that matters.
I think we're all feeling like that now.
Yeah. The ex-player coach of Dundee Stars.
Yeah, no, it's good to see that Cali repping the AB Sports Performance t-shirt.
It was so funny when I looked at the photo, and I was the first thing I seen was the AB on one side and the Dundee Stars on the arse. And thought, brilliant.
But yeah, that's us. We've managed to decrease our time to 40 minutes this week. We're not an hour, so a quicker episode. Less pish spouting, I believe.
Yeah, but the thing is, it normally goes longer when we've got guests and that on. You know what I mean? You didn't want to throw guests off. And the thing is, you're not really wanting guests just to be on for 10 minutes in that, are you?
I know. But yeah, as I say the other week, we do have guests lined up. It's trying to get stuff organised with guys. But we are 3 episodes away from, episode 50. You know, two more recordings. Episode 50 is going to be a big one. I don't know what we're even thinking about doing. A live show. A live show with a guest.
A live show with Billy McGuinness.
What about a legend in maybe even Paddy Lockie or John Dolan or both?
Yeah.
Just putting it out there. This isn't a guarantee we're going to get this, folks. This is just me thinking off the cuff and as we're recording. But yeah, episode 50, I think we might have to look at going live. Seniors panicking about the thought of that.
I'm trying to work out my shifts.
Yeah.
I could see your wee ticker going along the bottom, and I'll come live from Argenta Dundee.
Yeah, we know that won't happen. But it's well, any suggestions? We're open to suggestions as well. So drop us messages, comment on the links and stuff. Yeah.
I think we do. I think we do need to get another fan on. We've had a lot of fans shouting it where I want on your podcast. Well, maybe we'll maybe get a few fans on episode 50 and go with a few fans.
The biggest one has been Ryan Buchanan. We were at Don Michelle on Tuesday night for.
Well, that's right. I never got an invite.
You did. You did get an invite.
When?
Mike put it in a group chat.
I'm not in your group chat.
No, Mike put it in a group chat with loads of folk in it. I'm pretty sure you were invited to it. But you said no because you were possibly on shifts and you couldn't leave the dog in the house on her own.
Was this the football thing?
Yes.
No, I still never got an invite.
You did get it. So, Bucky, we were at Don Michelle on Tuesday night. It was tremendous. I got the arancini rice balls for starter, a lasagna for my main, and the tiramisu for dessert. It was absolutely phenomenal. Like, amazing. Absolutely amazing. The pizzas, I got a bit of pizza for Ryan's mum, because she never ate it all. That's your boss's sister.
I know that.
She didn't eat all her pizza.
I can't. I'm not. Oh, no! Like you to fucking steal somebody's pizza.
Well, listen. I told Bucky to eat it. It was Bucky's mum, and I said, "That Bucky, you have it." He's like, "No, you eat a bit." And I had the bit of the pizza, and honestly, the pizzas are fucking amazing. So good. Honestly, I know it's for title sponsor, and I'm not just saying this because it's that, but the food is excellent in Don Michelle. But coming back to the point, Bucky is again on Tuesday night. When am I getting on? So I think episode 50. I think that's what it is. Live. We get fans on live.
Yep.
So we'll bring on Bucky. What about even Craig Nish, one of the sponsors of the show? Try and get him on.
Yep. Paul Rant. We'll get Paul Rant on. He sent me a message. He texted me the other day and he signed it P Rant.
Well, what was it? So obviously we called Hunty out last week on the show, and within minutes of posting the video, like posting the links up on social media, I got a private message saying couple of arseholes with 4 middle finger emojis.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
Ridiculous. I know. And Kim, what? You'll be listening to this again, so I'm going to call him out again. Right? So we're speaking about the signings this week.
Yeah.
And he went, oh, I'm not going to be at the Manchester game. And I says, I'm really looking forward to the Cardiff game before me. I'm not going to manage that game either because I'm going to watch Man United.
Fuck's sake.
Fucking this weekend, I'm going to let him off, right? Because it's young Ryan's birthday, right? So I'm going to let him off with that. However, to bump us against Cardiff, to go and watch Man United. United.
That's almost as bad as fucking Mike bumping me to go and watch Liverpool every time.
Absolute sacrilege for the man.
Yeah.
Should be embarrassed.
Yeah. Well,
so he's been called out again.
Feel shame. As you should. Feel shame. But yes.
We're no angry. Paul, we're no angry.
Disappointed.
We're just disappointed.
Disappointed, son. Disappointed. So we will we'll get that organised. Let's speak to a couple of fans at the rink tonight.
Yep.
Get that organised for episode 50. We'll get it as a live show. We'll get it on Facebook Live. If the fans will want to hear other fans' opinions.
Yeah.
We'll need to remind them to keep it a bit friendly, light-hearted, and watch the profanities for young Daisy listening in. But
I think we've done well this week.
We've done very well this week.
I think
it was only quoting Fournier. We've done very well this week. So yeah, that's us. That is us for this week. We will see you at the rink tonight if you're obviously listening to this today.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this later in the week, then we've already seen you. So I hope you've enjoyed the game. Enjoy the game tonight. Let's be loud. We need to be loud tonight, and let's get these 2 points and get back in in the playoff fight. So we'll see you there. We're going to need to think of a tagline to end the show, Senior. I was thinking that last week as well.
We're also going to need to think what it's for Cole Fraser. So we'll get working on it.
I will do. Right, folks. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you again next week.
See you at the rank.